This whole concept of self-love and loving yourself is so important, so simple, but yet so confusing at the same time. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Jillz and I talk about all things wellness and self-development for women. So if that's something you want to hear more about, be sure to hit the red subscribe button below as well as a notification bell so you don't miss when I put out any new videos. Let's talk about self-love and how to actually start loving yourself. I want to make this practical, easy to understand, easy to implement, so when you walk away from this video, you know what self-love really means and what to do, like actually, to start yourself on this journey. Having real self-love is one of the biggest keys, I think, to feeling good, feeling happy, feeling healthy, and creating the life you want for yourself. So I'm so glad that you are here and starting to embark upon this self-love journey. So let me share my 5 tips for how to actually start loving yourself. So the first thing to do to actually start loving yourself is to prioritize yourself. And I think we all know that we need to prioritize ourselves, but either we don't really do it or we don't really know what this means. And this can be different for different people and can be done in many ways. So let's dig into this one. So for those people who we really love and we really care for, maybe your partner, your child, your best friend, maybe even a pet, you make commitments and promises to them and you keep these commitments and promises to them and you follow through, and you want them to feel supported and you want to support them in feeling their best. We want them to feel good. We want them to feel loved. We want them to feel happy. But then at the same time, we don't fully do this with ourselves. Maybe we let things slide, or maybe we think it's not as important, or even worse, we might think it's selfish for prioritizing ourselves. Part of building love for yourself is prioritizing your needs completely and fully and not falling through on these promises that we make for ourselves. When you are a priority, you don't let things slide that you know you need, and you don't, cancel last minute your own appointments with yourself. You keep these commitments because they're important. So even if you don't feel love for yourself yet, or even if you don't feel worthy of being prioritized yet, you can still act in this way anyways, because eventually over time, these acts of prioritizing yourself and keeping these commitments to yourself, this will help to build trust with yourself. And over time, this will help to build love for yourself. Think about it. It's really hard to love someone that you don't completely trust, even if that's you. So stick to the promises you set for yourself, give your body what it needs, and prioritize you and your care. So this could mean prioritizing cooking healthy meals at home. This could be prioritizing warm baths at night. This could be prioritizing that weekly therapist appointment. It could be prioritizing a few hours of time alone on a Sunday to kind of relax and plan out your week. Whatever it is that you need, giving yourself the space to do this and not feeling any ounce of guilt or selfishness around this. Prioritizing yourself can also look like setting the boundaries that you know you need, saying no when you know that you need to, and spending less time with those people who don't fully support you on this journey towards self-love and self-healing and self-improvement. But this can look like investing in yourself too, investing in your health, investing in your education and learning, investing in your self-care, maybe even your beauty. This can look different for different people because we all have different goals and different things make us feel good, but you are important. Just like you would invest in what's needed and what's beneficial for the growth and happiness of your child, you get to do the same for yourself. So prioritize yourself in whatever ways feel aligned to you. Even if it feels weird, even if it feels uncomfortable, do it anyways. Remember, when you start to eat healthy or you start to work out, this isn't necessarily comfortable and you kind of have to force yourself to do it. It feels weird, it does not feel fun, but eventually over time you learn that you actually feel really good doing these things. It's really beneficial and you start craving it and you start loving it. And I kind of think of self-love kind of the same way. Just because it feels weird or uncomfortable at first doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong. You are quite literally the most important person in your life. Build that trust and that commitment with yourself, and don't feel selfish in the process, and give yourself what you need. Number 2, and something that is so important for self-love, is living your life for you and not for other people. You got to be honest with yourself about your dreams, your goals, your passions, what you want out of life, what makes you happy, and your purpose. If you are forcing yourself to live a life that is out of alignment with your true self, then you will lose trust for yourself and you will lose respect for yourself, and This will make it really, really challenging to truly love yourself. For example, maybe your parents are both lawyers and you're studying to be a lawyer, but deep down you're really creative and maybe you want to be an artist or a graphic designer or something like that. You have to really be honest with yourself and ask yourself if you will truly be happy going down this law route, because if not, the trust and respect that you have for yourself, as well as how safe you feel with yourself and this world that you've created, it will start to diminish. We cannot live our lives based off of what other people want. This kind of makes us a people pleaser. And one of the things that people pleasers have in common is that sometimes they don't quite know if they are worthy or deserving of love just as they are. Living a life for you that's aligned with you is truly one of the biggest self-acts that we can do. Your intuition, your inner guidance, that will lead you down the right path. So don't ignore that inner voice just to appease other people. Now, another big step towards actually loving yourself is forgiving yourself. It's time to move on from those past mistakes. You are a human being and you are always growing and changing and evolving and learning. Of course you had some past mistakes, and of course you will make mistakes in the future. That's just kind of the human experience. It's just really important that we reflect on them and learn from them and use this knowledge going forward, as opposed to just dwelling on them, which isn't helpful at all. It's time to consciously let these things go, whatever it is, big or small. Maybe make some time to sit down and journal out that you are intentionally going to let this go, that shame, that guilt, whatever it is that you're feeling. There's absolutely no added benefit in keeping you stuck in these low vibe feelings and just dwelling on the past. Love yourself enough to learn from them and then move on. Okay, number 4, an easy step to actually start loving yourself and increase this love is to focus on the areas of you or your life that you already love. A lot of people have probably heard the saying, where attention goes, energy flows, and that could not be a more true statement. The more attention and energy you put on the things about you that you love, the more powerful and influential these things become, and the more this self-love kind of trickles over to the other areas of your life and the other parts of you. So take some time every day to stand in front of the mirror and either think in your head or say out loud all the things that you love about yourself. Everybody has something that they love about themselves, whether it's a physical quality or an internal quality. Maybe you love your eyelashes or your butt, or maybe you love how kind and compassionate you are to those that you care about. Maybe you love how creative you are. Anything goes here. But everybody can find at least a few things that they truly love about themselves. So stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, and bring attention to these things. Focus on these things. Focus on how much you love them. Now, the cool part is the more you do this and the more that you focus on the stuff that you love about yourself, this kind of teaches your brain to, instead of automatically focusing on the things you don't like and dwelling on the things that you don't like, it teaches your brain to find the good, to focus on love, and to find more things that you love about yourself. And like I mentioned before, where attention goes, energy flows. So the more attention that gets put on those traits that you love about yourself, the more energy gets drawn there and the greater these traits become. And next, my personal favorite, because this is a fun one, plan day dates with yourself. So basically plan out a day where you get to spend just with yourself, doing things that you enjoy, doing things that restore you, doing things that make you happy, and taking care of yourself. Kind of like a one-day self-retreat in a way. This is just a day to hang out with you, get in touch with yourself and how you're feeling, mind, body, and spirit, and truly nourish yourself, reset yourself, re-energize yourself. You deserve these days. Maybe get a massage or go to a yoga class, or go on a solo hike, or curl up on the couch with a blanket and a good book. Whatever restores you from the inside out. And this brings you more into your feminine energy, which brings out more of those wonderful feelings of love and compassion. It opens your heart and it's truly nourishing for the soul. Again, maybe you feel silly doing this, or maybe you feel like you're not worthy of this. That's okay. Do it anyways. Honestly, I think you should do this every 2 weeks or so, but at least once a month. Have yourself a nice day date. Such a simple but fun way to show yourself that you matter, that you care, that you are a priority, and that you love yourself. Remember that you are worthy and deserving of love always, but I hope you found some value in this video to help guide you along. Now, before you go, don't forget to check out these videos right here, but also hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It really helps to support me, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm currently sending you lots and lots of love to start you off on your self-love journey, but now it's time for you to take the reins. You got this. Bye.